MMA Boxing Talk here, coming at you with another video. Just want to put out a video talking about Matt Mitrione has signed with Bellator. Not really a big surprise to me. You know, the way his last fight went down with all the eye pokes and just the horrible reffing. You know, not to mention Bellator is going to pay him probably double. You know, Bellator is in dire need of UFC caliber fighters. And Matt Mitrione, he's still an okay fighter. He's nothing special really. But he's going to be a big name for Bellator. But before I talk a little more about that, I want to give a few shout outs. Some MMA, some MMA channels to go check out. Arts Martial Mixed, great UFC MMA channel. Good prediction breakdown videos. Also, Ted Check. He's got a good channel. Funny guy. Knows his stuff as well. And also, Salam X 1976. It's spelled SALAM X 1976. He also has a good channel. I like his breakdown videos. You could tell he knows his stuff as well. So go check out those channels and subscribe to them if you like MMA and UFC in particular. But anyway, I wanted to keep talking about Matt Mitrione and him signing. Now it's Benson Henderson. Now Matt Mitrione. And now you hear the rumor, Rory MacDonald. Okay, Rory MacDonald is fighting in Canada June 18th against Wonderboy Thompson. That's a huge fight. I'm actually going to it. I'll be there watching it live. And the crazy part is Rory MacDonald said I think he tried to get a contract signed, but he didn't end up agreeing on anything. And he's going to fight out his contract, and he's going to test free agent market. Now, Bellator would pay ridiculous amounts for Rory MacDonald. He's still very young. He's only 26 years of age, I believe. Maybe going on 27, but he's very young. He was just in the fight of the year last year, even though he didn't win it. He was still had a great performance. Showed his true talents and skills, and just his heart and determination and his chin, and willing to take punishment. But he's a top-notch fighter. He's ranked number 1 in a very strong division. So it'd be a real shame if the UFC loses him. So the UFC is going to either have to start paying the fighters what they deserve, because it's starting to become a trend now. UFC fighters, they're fighting out their contracts, and then they're testing the free agent market, just like free agents in basketball, football, hockey. Like, you know what I mean? They always want to test the free agent market so they get the most money they can the most they deserve. You know what I mean? Get other teams and organizations getting into bidding wars for you. You end up coming out making a pretty penny. So I hope the UFC, they just signed Overeem. That was and Aljamain Sterling, 2 guys that they shouldn't have let go, and they signed them. So I'm confident that they're going to sign Rory MacDonald. He's been a big star in the sport for a while now. But anyway, it's interesting. Matt Mitrione, he's more definitely in the tail end of his career. He's seen his better days, I believe, and but he'll do well in Bellator. And same with Benson Henderson. So the UFC, I think they're picking their battles. You know what I mean? They're not signing everyone, but they're signing the fighters that should stay on the roster, and that's all I can ask for. So anyway, just wanted to put out a video talking a little bit about that. But if we see Rory MacDonald sign with Bellator, that would not be good, because he's a very young fighter. And then other young fighters see, well, Rory MacDonald, he's fighting in Bellator. What's wrong with Bellator? And plus, they're going to pay you handsomely. So I just hope this doesn't continue to be a trend. Seeing fighters leave the UFC for the simple fact that 98% of the best fighters in the world are in the UFC. So if that becomes more diluted and some top fighters leave, it's just not good for the UFC. You want the talent level to be as high as possible. You want the UFC to be, seen as you know, as the NBA or as the NFL. You know what I mean? And that's what they are right now. But um, they want to sign all their big stars, all their solid fighters. Fighters that MMA fans definitely don't want to see go elsewhere. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But I just want to put out a video. Matt Mitrione has signed with Bellator. But if you like the video, subscribe. That's it for this one. MMA Boxing Talk. Peace.